My children, the oldest is 22.
Hussein Hay Noor came to the United States from Somalia more than 3 decades ago to study as a foreign military exchange student. After completing his training, Noor said he felt unsafe returning to his home country because of the ongoing civil war. He applied and was granted asylum here in the U.S.
The country was in a political turmoil, and when Siad Barre left the country, people were divided so badly.
Since resettling in San Diego, Noor has helped dozens of families from East Africa make a new home in San Diego, which has one of the largest populations of Somali refugees in the world. While Somalia has been suffering from civil war and political turmoil for decades, experts say drought, which causes food insecurity, has been a main driver of mass migration throughout the region. For generations, people in Noor's family have supported themselves through farming. But in recent years, drought has forced them off their farms and into refugee camps in Kenya and Ethiopia.
They rely on the rain, and if they miss one season of that rain, it's going to be devastating, and the food and water would be scarce.
Ramla Saeed is the director of the Partnership for the Advancement of New Americans, a nonprofit dedicated to refugee rights. She's also seen the impacts climate change has had on migration.
So what's happening, and what I know that people tell us, is they leave their rural communities in search of food, in search of water during droughts that are recurrent. And so with limited resources and people's land rights being threatened, obviously you'll see a lot more conflict as well that kind of exasperates already highly volatile, violent. What is already happening is violence and persecution, and then the climate crisis exasperates that.
According to a recent study, Somalia is the most vulnerable country in the world to climate change. The United Nations says the drought in Somalia has caused 49,000 people to leave their homes in search of food and water so far this year. Noor says that he's seen many able-bodied men in East Africa join armed factions simply to survive.
Many people run away from their homes to seek help, to find food and water. Many youths, they are attracted by the armed functions like Al-Shabaab or warring functions. And this climate change also boosted the tension between the clans.
Worldwide, studies show more than 17 million people have been displaced because of weather-related disasters like droughts, wildfires, and extreme temperatures.
The whole issue of people getting displaced due to climate change or becoming a climate refugee has become a lot more real.
Ram Ramanathan is a climate sustainability professor at the Scripps Institution of Oceanography.
Probably in about 10 to 15 years, that's going to be the biggest problem we're going to face. Refugees, migration, the social unrest that would cause if we don't have a governance system. Very few, particularly our political leaders, are aware of this, that this is going to be the biggest problem very soon. I don't see anyone talking about this.
Noor says for too long, climate change has taken a back seat to other issues.
The international community and the local government didn't do much and didn't give much attention about the climate change. They focused on war on terrorism and the piracy. But this is really a pattern and a new issue that's affecting people's lives in East Africa.
He hopes politicians and policymakers will wake up to the reality before it's too late.